Microphone check 1 2, check 1 2 3, test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. And good afternoon, and welcome to Nobby's Ballpark. Good morning, I guess. It's 11:27 a.m. currently, but welcome to Nobby's Ballpark in Cleveland, Ohio for the home opener for the Case Western Reserve University Spartans. As the Spartans in action today against a tough opponent, Washington and Jefferson. The Presidents come in with a 4-1 overall record. Case Western Reserve 3-3 so far in the year, including a split of a doubleheader against a tough opponent in nationally ranked Marietta on Wednesday on the road. Good afternoon, good morning, whatever time of day it is. Welcome to everyone, as I'm John Schwartz, bringing you play-by-play coverage of today's game between the Spartans and the Presidents. And without further ado, let's get you the starting lineups for both of these teams, beginning with the batting order for the Presidents. Washington Jefferson will have Tyler Horvat leading off, not to be confused with Tyler Horvath, who will be pitching probably at some point today for the Spartans. Jacob DeLuca playing short and batting second. Evan Santee playing right field and hitting third. Scout Zoss, the left fielder, hits cleanup today, and Nolan Lutz playing the role of the designated hitter, and he'll bat fifth. Joe Leonard, the first baseman, batting sixth. He'll be followed by Logan Schneider, batting seventh. Sam Schuster catching and batting eighth, and Connor Helm, the second baseman, hits ninth. On the mound today, a right-handed pitcher for Washington Jefferson is Ethan Marzalek, and we'll tell you more about him when he takes the hill in the bottom of the inning. For Case Western Reserve, defensively over at first base, Nick Tallarico. The second baseman will be Josiah Harris, the first-year player. Shortstop is Trey Haley. He's done a great job defensively at short this year. And at third base, Tim Demetris. In the outfield from left to right, we have Jay Smith. Center fielder is Matt Trout, and the right fielder is Nick Harms. Catching today is Jack Anderson, off to a great start in his own right. And on the mound is Kyle Geerding. The sophomore will be making his second start of the season. Through one start so far coming against Chicago, he threw 4 innings and a no decision, gave up 3 runs, 2 of them earned on 6 hits, struck out 6, walked 1, and he'll start things off against the lefty Tyler Horvat here. First pitch of the day on the way, bunted at by Horvat, who pulls it back and takes a called strike, 0-1 the count. It is a sunny, slightly windy day with the temperatures in the low 40s currently and likely to stay there throughout most of the day as the righty Geerding delivers a changeup on the outside corner, called strike 2, and it's an 0-2 count. Here comes the 0-2 from Geerding, and the breaking ball misses outside, 1-2. Geerding, in his second season with the Spartans, emerged last year as the team's 4th starter late in the season. Had a couple of really good outings, including one against NYU late last year. Another, looked like a changeup maybe that got away from Geerding, brings the count to 2-2. Can throw hard, but as you can see, mixes up speeds well. From the first base side of the rubber, Geerding delivers. Fastball in there, called strike 3. So Horvat goes down looking at the fastball in the lower inside corner. Geerding set him up well for that, but you would think Horvat would be looking for that fastball, especially after Geerding was working that changeup outside, and then he comes back with the fastball in the inside corner. And again, it's you would think you would have to protect against that there if you're Horvat, but getting his first look in the first at bat against Geerding and goes down looking. Jacob DeLuca, the shortstop, batting, can't hold up on that pitch in the dirt, and it's an 0-1 count on DeLuca, who is batting at .381 on the season. Geerding out of Cincinnati, Ohio, looking to be a big part of this Case Western Reserve rotation this year. Chopper it up towards second. Josiah Harris will get his first chance of the day. Sidearms it. The throw is low, but making the nice play at first base is Nick Tallarico to retire DeLuca for the second out of the inning.
Third, the right fielder, number 34, Evan Santee.
So Harris a little errant with the throw, but Tallarico, a very good defensive first baseman. Remember, he is a middle infielder, or at least a corner infielder by trade, and he's played a lot of second base as well over his career, so he's got a good glove over there. As the two-seamer misses just down low for ball 1 to Evan Santee, and the count goes to 1-0. Santee hitting at .222 on the season, 4 for 18 with a home run and 4 runs batted in. That one hit hard and through the right side for a base hit. So Santee with the 2-out single, first hit of the game for the Presidents. And Scout Zoss will now be the batter. Zoss comes into the game, hitting at .316 with 5 runs batted in. Another lefty against Geerding here. We'll see if he continues to work that changeup off the plate. There, a fastball swung on him, fouled back by Zoss, and won the count. Zoss, a sophomore from Powell, Ohio. Settle back in here. Checked his armband on that as a throw down to first. Yeah, you could see there was a sign that came from the first base coach or the third base coach. That's Jeff Mountain, the head coach down at third. And Zoss looked at his wristband, and wisely so. Geerding checking the runner at first to see if maybe he could catch W&J with a play on the base pass. That changeup misses outside, and the count goes to 1-1. And down and out again, so it's a 2-1 count now. Geerding trying to work his way through a quick first inning. By the way, neglected to mention this, but the Spartans breaking out their new baby blue uniforms today, the old powder blue. 2-1 on the way. And another good changeup right underneath the hands for a called strike, 2-2. The brand new home uniforms for Case Western Reserve, the traditional powder blue. A lot of teams have used that in the past. The Royals, Phillies. Oh, throw down to first again. Good quick move by Geerding. Almost caught Sandy trying to get back there. Play was closer than I thought it would be at first. 2-2 the count. 2 away. Runner at first. Fastball swung on. Grounded towards second. Harris there. Fields it and flips over to first in time to get the out. And a quick inning for Geerding, who allows a base hit but works around it. And we'll move to the bottom of the first in a scoreless ball game between the Spartans and the Presidents. So let's see what the Case Western Reserve bats can do. Let's get you that batting order. Red-hot Jack Anderson steps to the plate first for the Spartans today. The catcher hit his first career home run in the doubleheader against Mount Union. Zach Carinci, the designated hitter, batting second, and then Nick Harms, the left-handed hitting right fielder, bats third. Matt Trout, first-year center fielder in the cleanup spot. Jay Smith, the sophomore left fielder, another left-handed bat, bats fifth. Nick Tallarico playing first and batting sixth. Trey Haley, the shortstop, bats seventh. Josiah Harris playing second base and batting eighth, and then Tim Demetris, the third baseman, will bat ninth. In the field for Washington and Jefferson, at first base, Joe Leonard. Second baseman is Connor Helm. The shortstop is Jacob DeLuca, and the third baseman is Logan Schneider. In the outfield, Scout Zoss playing left field. Center fielder is Tyler Horvat, and the right fielder is Evan Santee. Doing the catching today is Sam Schuster, and on the mound is Evan Marzalek, who will enter the game with no record on the season through 2 appearances, including 1 start. He has an ERA of 9, 4 innings pitched for Marzalek. He's given up 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, walked 4, struck out 3, and has a .375 opponent's batting average. It will be Anderson, Carinci, and Harms due up this inning for the Spartans to get things going. Anderson off to a great start to the year, hitting at .391 on the season. Of those 9 hits he's had in 23 at-bats, 4 of them have been for extra bases, including 3 runs batted in. 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run this year for Anderson. He's slugging at .696. On-base percentage is at .462, and he's got speed when he can get on the base pass. 5 stolen bases on as many attempts. Anderson has been primarily used this year as the team's catcher, as he was last year, but could also play in the infield. Just a really talented all-around player, and he is emerging as one of the best catchers in the region right now. An all-UAA first-team selection at the position last year. He'll face the right-hander Marzalek here with a scoreless game as we begin the bottom of the first. And that ball lined towards the gap into right center field for a base hit. Anderson turns the corner first. He's going to dig for second. Here comes the throw. And Anderson comes off the bag, and the tag is applied for the out. So Anderson had the double there, but he overslid the bag and is thrown out. and that will be the first out of the inning. So, good job by Anderson to certainly get that ball into the outfield, and he played it well. He used his speed to his advantage and would have had second base, but just slid a little bit too far. Came off the bag as the first pitch to Carinci on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Now the 0-1 on the way. And that one grounded towards second base. Fielded cleanly and thrown on to first by the second baseman Helm, and there are two gone.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 26, Nick Harms.
That wasn't a hit.
That wasn't a hit.
No.
How do I clear that?
So the base is empty for Nick Harms, the power threat in this Spartan lineup. Harms with 1 home run this season, 5 doubles. Of his 9 hits, 6 have been for extra bases. He slugged 9 home runs during his freshman year last season. And he takes a fastball in the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Harms hitting at .360 on the year. 3 runs, 3 runs scored, 3 runs batted in for Harms. Had a nice weekend against Chicago, especially last weekend once he got through that first game of the series as a swing and a miss, 0-2.
Basically, because he got thrown out at second exactly. That counts as a double. But still an out.
So 0-2 the count. Two away. The pitch to Harms. Up and out for ball 1, 1-2. Matt Trout is waiting out on deck, the first-year center fielder, hoping to get a shot here in the first. 1-2 the count.
1-2, so 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's the 1-2 offering. And a swing and a miss at the changeup, strike 3, and that ends the inning. So quick first innings for both teams. The Spartans get a leadoff single from Jack Anderson, but thrown out trying to stretch it to a double. And we will move into the second in a scoreless game. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Washington and Jefferson. Lutz, Leonard, and Schneider due up when we return. Scoreless ball game as we move into the second inning. Top of the second, and 5, 6, and 7 in the W&J order coming up. Nolan Lutz and Joe Lehner, followed by Logan Scheider. As the first pitch there taken for a ball by the designated hitter Lutz, who comes into the game hitting at .364 on the year. Down low, ball 2 from Geerding. So Washington and Jefferson program that has been a perennial power, especially during head coach Jeff Mountain's time with the program in the PAC. Made runs to the World Series as that one's grounded softly over to short. Haley hurries the throw, but gets it there in time for the out. Good job by Haley at short to really understand how much time he had to make that play at first. He was able to sit back on it and got the throw over there and plenty of time for the first out of the inning. So there's one retired. here in the second. And Joe Lehner will be the batter, hitting at 143 on the season. Lehner 2 for 14, both of his hits singles, and now all 3 of his hits are singles as he lines that one into right. So a single to right field for Lehner, and there is a runner on with 1 away.
Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 3, Logan Scheider.
So Logan Scheider will be the batter. Scheider, a .375 hitter so far in the young season. Again, 5 games deep for Washington and Jefferson entering today. He started all 5, is 3 of 8, as the count goes to 0-1. He's drawn 10 walks through 5 games this season, Logan Scheider has. Pretty impressive amount there. You just don't see batters. That's 2 walks a game. So someone clearly with a good eye at the plate here in Scheider. That one misses up high, and it's 1-1. Scheider is senior from McDonald, Pennsylvania. 1-1 pitch on the way. Good changeup, swing and a miss, and the count goes to 1-2. Boy, Geerding really has that changeup working. And looking at Kyle from last year to this year, that pitch has improved greatly. Spartans looked at Geerding as a potential rotation arm last year, and someone who they thought very highly of, just really couldn't find a spot in the rotation until later in the year. But this year he'll be counted on heavily, as what will probably be long-term, at least the 3rd starter, as that one lined into shallow right. That'll drop in for a base hit in front of Harms. He fires it in quickly. Oop, and it goes all the way to the dugout and will roll away, and that will allow both runners to move up. So it's a single for Scheider into right field, and that's going to go as an error on Harms, although certainly a little bit of a tough luck error on him. And so all of a sudden now 2 in scoring position.
Batting eighth, the catcher, number 20, Sam Schuster.
And Sam Schuster will be the batter, hitting at 125 on the season, 1 of 8, with 2 runs batted in. So Scheider, the runner at second, Lehner, the runner at third, Schuster at the plate with first base open. The 8 and 9 hitters up here, and so certainly some opportunity for Geerding to work through trouble, as that one just misses off the outside corner for a ball to Schuster, 1-0. Schuster, the catcher for the Presidents, hitting here with 2 in scoring position. In the dirt for a ball, 2-0. Well, if you're Geerding here in this situation, while you certainly don't want to work your way into a bigger inning, you can be careful here with Schuster with a 2-0 count. You don't want to give him something too good to hit just to get back into the count here, potentially. And that's a good pitch there. It's a changeup that was down and off that outside corner that Schuster went chasing at. But that is a pitcher's pitch from Geerding and the right pitch to throw in that situation. Now you could come back with a fastball here if you want that catches a bit more of the plate. 2-1. That's exactly what he does. Fastball on the inside corner, foul back, and it's 2-2. But that's just really smart, heady pitching there by Geerding. Behind in the count 2-0 with 2 in scoring position and 1 out. You still want to try to avoid the bat if you can here so the runner doesn't score. And Geerding has pitched his way back into this count now. 2-2 with 1 away. And a swing and a miss at the changeup. Anderson can't find it, and it goes as a strikeout, but the runner reaches on a wild pitch, and now the bases will be loaded. So it's a strikeout for Geerding, his second of the game, but Schuster able to reach on what will go as a wild pitch. And so now the base is loaded and 1 away for the 9-hitter Connor Helm, who's batting at .300 on the year, 3 for 10 on the season. Double play depth in the infield for the Spartans, who will try to turn 2 here. with 1 out and the bases loaded. First pitch in the dirt, and it's a 1-0 count. Well, that was really good pitching there by Geerding against Schuster. He gets the strikeout, but unfortunately couldn't get the out. And all of a sudden now, Washington and Jefferson a chance for a big inning. The 1-0. Fastball chopper towards third. Stepping on the bag is Demetris. Throw to first is in time for the out. And it's a 5-5-3 double play turn. Well, you couldn't script it better than that. It was a perfect ground ball to Demetris right at the bag, who steps on the bag, throws to first, and the inning is over. And Geerding gets out of it without any damage done. No runs on 2 hits, an error, and 2 left on. We will move on to the second, and it will be the Spartans coming to bat 4, 5, and 6. Trout, Smith, and Tallarico when we come back. Bottom of the second inning, and we are scoreless thanks to some pretty good defense for the Spartans as the first pitch to Matt Trout misses up and in. Well, this is our first look at Trout as the 1-0 count on the first year. I guess we could call him a utility player, but Trout's going to play some outfield for the Spartans. We saw him play some short earlier this year. Takes a change up there that just misses inside, and it's 2-0. Coach Englander impressed with Trout's athleticism early on in his career. His bat, he has 2 triples already on the season. He's stolen 2 bases. He's driven in 5. He has 3 runs scored. And that one outside. He now is ahead in the count 3-0. Now 3-0 to Trout. And the fastball there for a called strike. Ethan Marzalek in his second inning on the mound. Got through the first relatively quickly. Did give up a base hit. As the 3-1 on the way. Swung on, foul back, full count, 3-2. Trout out of Northeast Maryland, St. Elizabeth High School, 6'3", 195 pounds. Full count, pitch coming on the way, and it's on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Marzalek was able to get that one back over the lower outside corner. Looked like maybe a little bit of a 2-seamer there from him that was able to catch that outside corner. So that'll be the first out of the inning. The good thing if you're Trout is that you did make Marzalek work a little bit there after he threw just 7 pitches in the first inning. He throws 6 alone to Trout in that at bat. And so now with 1 out, bases are empty for Jay Smith, who's off to a nice start to the season. And chops that one towards first. Hopper nicely gloved at first base by Lehner, who takes it to the bag himself. And that's 2 quick outs for Marzalek, and the President's here. And now Nick Tallarico will be the batter.
Number 29, Nick
Tallarico looking to get his back going. He's been a really solid player for the last 2 seasons for the Spartans. Has some pretty good power. He's hitting at just 174 this year, but once he gets heated up, he'll be a major impact in this lineup as that's down low for a ball. Tallarico was the team's cleanup hitter for most of last season. Again, a guy who can really swing the bat. As the 1-0 on the way. Down and out for a ball. And it's a 2-0 count. Now the 2-0 pitch. 3-0. So for the second time this inning, Marzalek starts off a hitter with a 3-0 count. He was able to work back against Trout to get the strikeout, but we'll see what he could do here against Tallarico. Trying to imagine Tallarico taking here. And he does, and he takes the fastball at the knees for a strike, 3-1. Tallarico might be swinging in that situation when things are going a little bit better for him at the plate, but I think right now taking there all the way, the smart move. 3-1 on the way now. And he checks his swing, holds up, but takes it for a called strike, and the count goes full 3-2. So once again, Marzalek, after falling behind 3-0, battles back to get a full count here. And now it's a 3-2 count against Tallarico with the bases empty and 2 away. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And he holds that time. The pitch is up and out, and that's ball 4. And although Tallarico will technically be the second base runner of the day for the Spartans, he'll be the first who will be on the bases when someone else is hitting. After, remember, Jack Anderson led the game off with a single, but was thrown out after oversliding the bag at second, trying to stretch it to a double. Meanwhile, the batter at the plate is Trey Haley, who has gotten off to a quick start to the season. And the breaking ball misses down low to Haley, who's batting at .333 on the year. A double, 2 triples for Haley. He's driven in a pair of runs. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Remember, Trey last year got off to just a dreadful start to the season. But towards the end of the year was once again one of the team's best hitters. And he's picked up right where he left off at the end of the 2022 season. Down low for a ball, 2-0. But Haley just struggled to get going early in the year last year. Remember that start to the season for the Spartans when they got off to the good start, actually sweeping a doubleheader against W&J last year earlier in the year. I believe took 1 of 2 from Marietta, then went on their spring break trip and really struggled. That ball lined into shallow center. It's another base hit for Trey Haley. Second hit of the game for the Spartans. Stopping at second is Tallarico. But it'll be first and second now with 2 outs for Josiah Harris, who will be looking to drive in the first run of his collegiate career. Harris, the first-year player out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland, St. Stephen's and St. Agnes High School. He's 3 for 9 on the year with a double, 1 run scored. Right-handed hitting second baseman awaits the first pitch from Marzalek. And a big swing and a miss as the count goes to 0-1. Always fun when you get to get your first look at some of the young players on the roster. Real fluid swing there from Harris. Now the 0-1 on the way. And that one at the letters for a called strike, and it's an 0-2 count. Tallarico at second, Haley at first. 2 outs, an 0-2 count on Harris at the plate, looking to drive the run in and give the Spartans the early lead. We're in the bottom of the second and scoreless. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on chopper. That could be trouble, but gloved by Marzalek, who will throw to first in time to get the out. And that ends the inning. Boy, if that gets over Marzalek, it's kind of in no man's land there at short, and the bases are probably loaded with 2 outs. Instead, Marzalek able to reach up, grab it, and calmly make the throw to first to retire the side, and that ends the second. No runs a hit, 2 left on for the Spartans, and we'll move to the third. Top of the order for Washington and Jefferson. Horvat, LaDuca, and Santi due up when we come back. Top of the third inning coming up in Case Western Reserve. And Washington and Jefferson scoreless through the first 2. Always a good early season matchup between these two teams. Tyler Horvat stands in. One of the underrated storylines of the game today will be what I certainly hope will be the first Tyler Horvat versus Tyler Horvath matchup at some point today. Of course, Tyler Horvath, the relief pitcher, preseason All-American for the Spartans, and Tyler Horvat takes that one down low as the count evens at 2-1. A pitcher and outfielder, a senior for Washington and Jefferson. That pitch misses for ball 3, 3-1. Swung on, ground ball hit up the middle. Haley there, Fields throws, and it's in time for the out. Haley was shaded towards that second base bag. And he pretty much got to that one right over the middle of the bag and is able to throw the runner out. And Horvat retired for the second time today. Really nice job by Haley at short, as he has looked very good. Remember, this is Haley's first season at shortstop after Jacob Lott played short for the last 5 seasons for the Spartans. Curveball there taken for a strike by LaDuca. LaDuca grounded out to second base in his first at bat. He's 0 for 1 and hitting at .364 in the year. That one foul back, 0-2. Another fun fact about Tyler Horvat and Tyler Horvath, both were D3 baseball preseason All-Americans this year. So not only would it be a fun matchup, but it'd be a pretty good one to watch as well, as that one's up high. Horvat pitches also for the Presidents. Horvat has that one strike 3, and LaDuca is down. And so there's now 2 away. Geerding settling in nicely here. He's allowed just 3 hits through the first 2 2/3 innings. Pretty good outing so far for Geerding in his second appearance of the season. That one's fouled away. Again, Geerding probably shakes out as a Saturday starter for the Spartans once they get into conference play. Oh, 0-1 offering. Up and in, 1-1 the count. Evan Santi, the batter, a .263 hitter on the season. Singled in his first at bat. Pops this up, shallow center field. Trout's got a beat on it. Now in right center, comes over, makes the catch, and the inning's over. And so a 1-2-3 inning, first of the day for Geerding. And we'll move to the bottom of the third. 9-1-2, Demetris, Anderson, and Carinci for the Spartans when we come back. A good pitchers duel going on so far between sophomore Kyle Geerding and sophomore Ethan Marzalek out of Katy, Texas.
Batting ninth for your Spartans, the third baseman, number 24.
We're scoreless through 2.5 innings, excuse me. As we begin the bottom of the third, the Spartans will look to break through. Left two men stranded in the second inning, and so Demetris, the 9-hitter, set to lead things off. Takes that inside for a ball. Tim Demetris has gotten some playing time early on this season at third base, with Zach Carinci currently either playing first or designated hitter, as the 1-0 on the way. And that's bunted foul, so the count goes to 1-1. So Demetris has a chance to hit his way into the lineup more consistently here, but still looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 12 to start the season. He's played a real solid defensive third base. But I think the Spartans kind of at that point of the year where they're looking for another bat or two to emerge out of what's been a pack of players who could all get some more time this season. That one lined softly down the line and right, giving chase, but unable to get to it. In foul territory in right field is Evan Santee. And it lands foul for strike two, 1-2 the count. So 1-2 now on Demetris. He struck out 7 times in 12 at-bats this year, so he's going to want to cut down on that number a bit as the year goes on, but also getting consistent playing time for the first time in his career. So we'll see if he could settle into a role here for the Spartans. And that one lined into shallow center, coming on and making the catch in center field is Tyler Horvat for the out. Well, a well-struck ball there by Demetris, and one that probably drops in if Horvat is playing at normal depth, but he was cheated in. It was good defensive positioning and takes what would have been a potential hit away from Demetris. And so there's one away, bases empty, and Jack Anderson will be the batter. Anderson now batting at .417 on the season after singling to start the game, but was thrown out after oversliding second, trying to stretch into a double. This one rocketed deep towards left field, and it's over the head of the left fielder. Another extra base hit for Anderson, who turns the corner at first, jogs into second base. And Anderson with his second hit of the game, and he continues just a torrent of a week. He has been red hot. That is now his third double of the season, his 5th extra base hit through 7 games this year, and the Spartans have a runner in scoring position with one away.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 31, Zach Carinci.
Jack Anderson just continues to impress. He is hitting everything, and he's hitting it hard right now. And he has a chance to give the Spartans a lead here now, standing at second base with Zach Carinci at the plate. Carinci trying to get his season going. He's hitting at .222. Squares to bunt here and gets it nicely down out in front of the mound. Going to be a tough play for Marzalek, who throws to first in time to get Carinci for the out. Anderson moves up on the play with 2 outs. That's, I believe, a sacrifice bunt there. That can't be scored a sacrifice bunt in that. I mean, it can be, but I don't understand why Currency would be sacrificing there. I gotta imagine he's bunting for a base hit in that situation. With one out and a runner at second, moving him to third doesn't get you anywhere. He almost turned it into a base hit. So I'll bring up Nick Harms, who takes the first pitch up high for a ball. Harms hitting at 346 on the year. Left-handed hitter. Trying to drive in a run here. Anderson 90 feet away. And that's a called strike. And the count evens 1-1 on Harms against Marzalek. Give Marzalek credit. He has fielded the position well so far today. He's made a couple nice plays out on the mound. Breaking ball outside, 2-1. Teams more and more against Harms are not throwing him fastballs. Two-one pitch. There's a good changeup up in the zone. You don't see those a lot, but it worked in that situation as Harms was out in front of it, swings and misses, and it's a 2-2 count. So 2-2, 2 away, runner at third. Anderson with a one-out double, moved up on a bunt by Currency. Standing there now with 2 away. Harms trying to drive him in. Here's the pitch. And a little bit outside there. 3-2, full count. Should Harms reach? Matt Trout waiting out on deck. Three-two offering on the way. And up high, ball 4. Oh, good job by Marzalek there where you can make sure you don't give Harms anything too healthy to hit there with first and second open. But now he's going to have to face Matt Trout, who could try to drive in the run here. First and third, 2 away. We'll see if anything's going on the base paths for the Spartans. Pretty good speed out there with Harms, who has 2 stolen bases this year at first, and Anderson with 5 stolen bases at third. See if Marzalek throws over here. You can see he's holding there for a little extra. As that one line drive towards the gap in right center field. It's down for a base hit. Coming in to score is Anderson. Harms goes for third. He's going to try to score. The ball bounces to the second baseman. Can't pick it up cleanly, and it's a 2 RBI double for Trout, who drives in his 6th and 7th runs of the season and gives the Spartans a 2-0 lead. So first pitch swinging, Trout with a double. Second extra base hit of the inning for the Spartans. Harms running hard all the way, scores from first. Anderson scores easily from third. And the Spartans strike first here against the Presidents, 2-0 the score. Again, Trout, some promising moments early on in his career. That's his first career double, his 3rd career extra base hit. He now stands at second, a chance for Jay Smith to extend the lead further. Smith, first pitch, takes it down low for a ball, 1-0. Jay grounded out to the first baseman in his last at-bat. He's now hitting at .261 on the season, 6 hits in 22 at-bats, including a home run, and he's driven in 4. The sophomore waits for the 1-0 offering from Marzalek. And a called strike at the letters, 1-1. Smith didn't get a ton of playing time last year. He's a sophomore out of Goshen, Kentucky, North Oldham High School. Catches for the Spartans as well, but he's going to see a lot of time in the outfield this year as that one hit him on the foot. And they'll say he didn't go around, so that'll be a hit by pitch. Smith is on. Trout has to hold. And so it's first and second now with 2 away. And it's up to Nick Tallarico to try to extend the inning further. Tallarico drew a walk his first time up, and that will bring out head coach Jeff Mountain to the mound to have a conversation with Marzalek, who has found himself in some trouble here in the third after starting the game with 2 scoreless innings. In the third inning, though, he got the first out on a Line drive to center field on a pretty well hit ball by Tim Demetris. And then the trouble started. A double by Anderson, a bunt by Carinci that moved Anderson to third, a walk to Harms, and then a 2 RBI double by Trout. Smith followed with a hit by pitch, and that's where we stand now. First and second, 2 away after the meeting on the mound breaks up. And Tallarico will be the batter. Marzalek last year appeared in 9 games out of the bullpen for the Presidents as a first-year player. 1-0 with a 5.73 ERA last year. Comes back with a good curveball to start the at-bat against Tallarico. And it's an 0-1 count. Tallarico, the senior. Part of a really talented senior class for the Spartans. Another breaking ball for a called strike, 0-2. Interesting pitch coming up here for Marzalek, who can come with another breaking ball after throwing 2 and getting them over the plate to start the at-bat, or he could come with a fastball here and try and sneak it by Tallarico. 0-2. And it hits him. Well, the thought was good there. It was the execution lacking, though, but I like the idea. You could see the catcher, Schuster was getting up in his stance, and what he wanted was the fastball up high to try to change the eye level after those 2 breaking balls that were on the lower edge of the strike zone to try to set up a third breaking ball, I believe, on the 4th pitch of the at-bat. But that one, again, Marzalek just missed with it up and in, hit the batter, and now he's in a world of trouble here with the bases loaded and Trey Haley at the plate. 2 away. Haley, though, with a single in his only at-bat today against Marzalek. And Marzalek walking a tightrope without a net right now. Delivers ball 1 down and outside. Haley, 2 runs batted in on the year. Hitting at .364. And rockets that one down the line in right field, and it's fair, and that'll be for extra bases. 2 runs will score at least. They'll wave the third runner around. Tallarico chugging around third base. Here comes the throw to the plate. The slide. Throw is not in time. Sliding into third with a triple is Haley. And the Spartans go on top 5-0 on a 3 RBI triple by Trey Haley. So a 5-run inning for Case Western Reserve and still going here.
Second baseman number 1, Josiah Harris.
For Haley, now 5 RBIs on the season. That's his 3rd triple of the year. And with Harris at the plate, the 9th batter to bat this inning for the Spartans, who have hit around. First pitch breaking ball down and out. Well, this was the kind of inning that Case Western Reserve has been waiting for a while now. Trying to see if they could get those bats to break out. Here's the 1-0. 2-0. Haley, the runner at third. Harris at the plate. Grounded out to the pitcher in his first at bat to end the second inning, and takes that down and out 3-0. And Harris, I gotta imagine, is taking all the way here. 3-0 and 2 away. And he swings and fouls it back. So Harris got the green light there, 3-0. Three and 1 now. And that's a strike. So the count goes full, 3-2. Action in the W&J bullpen. As the 3-2 pitch on the way, on the outside corner, called strike 3, and that ends the inning. But the Spartans hit around in their half of the third. 5 runs on 3 hits and a man left on. We will move to the fourth. 5-0 Case Western Reserve on top when we return. Well, Geerding's got some breathing room to work with now with the Spartans leading 5-0 over Washington and Jefferson. Mentioned before, this is always one of the early season highlights for these two teams. You know, the Spartans, and W&J has done a really good job scheduling difficult opponents as well. But when and you can see already for the Presidents, they have a win over Baldwin Wallace, which is a very talented team this year. Baldwin Wallace ranked 9th in the country. They lost 5-2 to Oswego State. That was last weekend. So they played some really talented teams, and they will play some talented teams as the year goes on. But once the Presidents get into their conference, into the PAC, their strength of schedule really drops. And so these games are fairly important games for the Presidents to try to get to build up that strength of schedule. Although, again, because of their conference, they're likely looking, you know, again, needing to win the conference in order to get in no matter what. As the first pitch on the inside to Scout Zoss, it's a 1-0 count. The Spartans, though, these are games that are very important for their at-large chances. Fouled away by Zoss, and it's a 2-1 count. Usually these games are a good barometer of the two teams and where they stand. And again, it's always a great early season test for both of these teams. Breaking ball misses inside. 3-1 now the count. Geerding was asking the home plate umpire where that one was. I believe the home plate umpire said down and in. 3-1 now. That one's fouled away. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Washington and Jefferson. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Spartans today. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 4, 5, and 6 for W&J due up. And he takes that, a called strike 3. Perfect pitch by Geerding, who has had the W&J hitters guessing today. He's looked very strong early on here.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 15.
So 1 out, bases empty, and Nolan Lutz will be the batter. Lutz hitting at .333 on the season, grounded out to short in his only at bat of the game so far. He rockets that one, though, deep towards left field, back at the wall, and that is off the base of the wall. Dropping his, thought it was his glove out there, but out there and left was Jay Smith. Looks like he might have kicked up a little grass out there along the warning track. But that'll be a double for Lutz. For a second, I thought that one was getting out of here. And maybe later in the year with the weather a bit warmer, the ball carries a little bit better and does get out. Instead, it just went off of the base of the wall. And so it's now a runner at second base for W&J. And Joe Lehner will be the batter. Lehner singled, was left stranded at third in his first at bat of the game, and takes a breaking ball there on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. So Lutz the runner at second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside, 1-1. Top of the fourth inning. It's 5-0. Spartans leading. Lehner, the left-handed hitter at the plate. Pitches in the dirt. Good job by Lehner to hold up. 2-1 the count. Spartans should be fairly well rested in the bullpen. And with no games after today for another week until the Spartans head down to South Carolina, they're in pretty good shape to basically use anybody. As that one sending the gap towards right center field and down for a base hit. Holding for a second at second base was Lutz, and that cost them a chance to come around and score. And maybe an error in judgment there. I thought that one was pretty clearly dropping. Either way, Lehner with his second hit of the game, and it's now first and third with one away. And Logan Scheider will be the batter. Scheider singled in his first at bat. And base hit here could get the Presidents on the board. The Spartans double play depth in the infield, pinched in at the corners and towards second base in the middle infield against the right-handed hitter Scheider. First pitch breaking ball gets over for a strike, and it's 0-1. We're starting to see Geerding incorporate that big bending curveball more into his repertoire here as the game has gone on. Where early on we were seeing more changeups. Oh, another nice, I believe a changeup there taken for a strike, 0-2. That is some really good arm motion on that changeup. Very deceiving. 0-2 on the way. Fastball tries to park it on the outside corner, but misses for a ball, 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss at the curve, strike 3. So second strikeout of the inning. 5th of the game already for Geerding. And that's a big second out with the runner at third base.
Catcher number 20, Sam Schuster.
So now Sam Schuster will step to the plate. Schuster struck out swinging but reached on a wild pitch back in the second. And on the outside corner with another curve there, it's an 0-1 count. Pickoff attempt at first. The 0-1, down and away, 1-1. 5-0, the Spartans leading after a big 5-run bottom of the third. 1-1 the count. Fastball grounded up towards the middle. Haley can't get to it as it gets underneath him on a diving attempt, and that'll bring across the first run of the game as Schuster singles up the middle. Lehner to second, Lutz in to score. It's a 5-1 score now as the Presidents, with their third hit of the inning, get on the board here in the fourth. They cut the Spartan lead to 4, and now Connor Helm will be the batter. Helm, the 9-hitter, was batting with the bases loaded in the second inning and 1 out in the frame as he takes the curve down and out there, 1-0. And he bounced one right to the third base bag that Demetrius was able to step on the bag and throw to first to turn the double play. Fastball outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Nice pitch again by Geerding, who has really looked sharp today. And probably the best we've seen Geerding pitch was a relief effort against NYU last year. But he certainly appears to have taken another major step forward in his career. Another one dotted on that outside corner. I don't know if that's a two-seamer for Geerding or if he's just got some really good run on a fastball. But either way, he really can break it back over that outside corner of the plate. Dangerous pitch, especially when you mix in whether it's that curve or a changeup that he could move the ball the opposite way with. And one's fouled back, and its count remains at 1-2. Geerding has scattered 6 hits so far through 3 2/3 innings. No walks, 5 strikeouts. Is 1-2. Swing and a miss at a high fastball, strike 3. Geerding with 3 strikeouts in the inning, 6 in the game. W&J gets on the board with a run on 3 hits, but they leave 2 stranded, and the Spartans will come up to bat in the bottom part of the 4th, looking to expand on a 5-1 lead. Demetris, Anderson, and Carinci, 9-1-2 when we come back. Well, the day is done for Ethan Marzalek, who leaves after 3 innings. Final line on Marzalek: 3 innings, 5 runs on 5 hits, all earned, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. He also hit a pair of batters. Threw 53 pitches in the effort. 2 solid innings for Marzalek, but then got into trouble in the 3rd and couldn't get out of it as the Spartans put 5 up on the board. And now W&J will go to its bullpen as Alex Tomsic will come in to make his 3rd appearance of the season. He's been very good so far, yet to allow a run through 2 innings of work. 1 hit, no walks, no strikeouts for Tomsic this year. Opponents hitting just 167 against him. It'll be his 3rd appearance overall, including 1 start. So obviously that start did not go very deep in the game if he only has 2 innings on the year. Tim Demetris will get set to lead things off here against Tomsic. Left-handed pitcher, so the Spartans will see the lefty now as the first pitch up high for a ball, 1-0. Tomsic, a sophomore out of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania, Blackhawk High School. Beaver Falls, home of Joe Namath. Misses up high for a ball, 2-0. Geneva College, one of the conference opponents for Washington Jefferson, located in Beaver Falls there as well. Took a little bit off of that and parks it on the outside corner for Demetris, and it's a 2-1 count. Bottom of the 4th inning, 5-1, Spartans leading. Tomsic, 5'11", 211 pounds, left-handed thrower, as Demetris fouls that one back. Demetris still looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 13, but took a nice cut his last time up, and if not for the center fielder Horvat playing in on him, he likely would have ended up with a base hit. Instead, Horvat was able to take it away. Breaking ball outside. And the count goes full, 3-2 on Demetris. Demetris, Anderson, and Carinci, 9-1-2 in the Spartans order. The same 3 that started off the 3rd inning. Just An inning ago when the Spartans hit around and scored 5. Swing and a miss at a good inside fastball, and that'll be strike 3. And Tomsick in his first batter, I should say, gets his strikeout. And there's one gone. As back to the top of the order we go, and Jack Anderson will be the hitter. Anderson 2 for 2, a single and a double today. And one misses for, I believe, ball 1. Adrian Watchman concurs, so we're all good there. I was looking down. I was greeting Tim Farrell, the UAASID, who just walked into the building. 2-0 the count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That one hit high in the air, down the line and right, gets out of play. And it's a 2-1 count. Anderson, as hot as he's been. Swinging 2-0 there. Certainly a potential candidate for UAA Player of the Week, Tim. Jack Anderson. Trying to sell you on it here a little bit.
I just got here.
Inside. And it's 3-1. Well, you got to be careful here if you're Tomsick. 3-1 with Anderson at the plate. Got to pitch him aggressively here, but you certainly can't give him something too good to hit as Anderson gets that in the air, deep center field, but should be playable for Horvat, who tracks it down on the run and makes the catch for the out. So Anderson retired for the first time today. Now 2 for 3 in the game. Now bring up Zach Carinci with 2 outs and the base is empty. Carinci 0 for 2. A ground out to second in the first and then tried to bunt for a base hit in the third. But could not reach successfully. Down low for a ball, 1-0. Now the 1-0. Up and out for a ball, 2-0. Duo pitch. And a 3-0 count now here on Carinci with Harms waiting out on deck. And a get me over fastball for a strike, 3-1. Down low, ball 4. So Carinci draws the walk, and that'll bring up Nick Harms, who is 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout in the second, or in the first, I should say, and then walked and scored a run in the third.
Number 26, Nick Harms.
He's hitting at .346 on the season. 1 home run, 5 doubles for Harms. Lefty-lefty matchup. And down and out for a ball. One and 0 on Harms. They're giving Harms the entire left side of the infield as a pickoff attempt to first. Shift is still allowed in college baseball. Outlawed in the majors now, but you see the shortstop playing on the first base side of the second base bag. Here's the 1-0. Nope, pickoff attempt. Good move by Thompson. Good left-handed move there. One 0 pitch. On the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Harms 1 for 3 against left-handed pitching this year, as Currency once again gets back. And fouls that one back, 1-2. Harms just coming off a fantastic year in 2022. 9 home runs, named the UAA Rookie of the Year. Last time we saw him in action here at Nobby's Ballpark, he hit a walk-off home run against WashU, the second one, and there the pickoff move again, and they got him this time. Well, Tomsic just kept working that pickoff move, and finally it worked as Currency picked off, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. To the 5th we go, top of the order for W&J. It'll be Horvat, LaDuca, and Santi when we come back. Back to the top of the order for W&J. Tyler Horvat will be the batter to face Kyle Geerding as we get set to start the 5th, and starts him off with that big curve for a called strike, 0-1. 65 pitches now for Geerding, who is in line for the win if the Spartans can hold on. 0-2 the count. Line drive right at the second baseman, Harris, who grabs it for the out. And there's one gone. So Horvat retired for the 3rd time today.
Now batting number 6, the shortstop, Jacob LaDuca.
I'll bring up Jacob LaDuca. Called strike, 0-1. And that one hits softly towards right center. And over to get it is Trout for the out. And there's 2 gone.
Now batting right fielder, number 34, Evan Santi.
So Geerding a chance for his second 1-2-3 inning of the day. Both have come against the previous one, I should say, came against the top 3 in the order. He's done a good job with the top of the order so far. Called strike and it's 0-1 on Santi. Fouled back. And it's 0-2. And a curveball taken, called strike 3, and Santee down looking. 7th strikeout of the game for Geerding. And the Spartans with a 5-1 lead as we move into the bottom half of the 5th. It'll be Harms, Trout, and Smith. Heart of the order for the Spartans when we come back. Well, Nick Harms gets a fresh count here after Carinci was picked off to end the 4th. Harms had 2 strikes on him against Tomsick and takes the first pitch there for ball 1, 1-0. Outside, ball 2, 2-0. Tomsick will get 2 lefties this inning in Harms and Smith, the only 2 lefties in the Spartan lineup. Down and out, 3-0. You could see with Tomsick, he would probably be a bit of a struggle for a left-handed hitter. He's all the way on the first base side of the rubber and then comes with like a 3/4 delivery, so the ball is almost coming from behind you. That one misses up high, ball 4. I imagine if you're a lefty, tough to get a read, although it works typically the opposite way if you're a right-handed hitter. You get a little extra second to look at it sometimes, depending on how the pitcher hides it. Either way, Harms takes 4 straight pitches for a walk. That's the second walk issued by Tomsick. Let's see how careful Harms is on the base pass after Tomsick showed in the previous inning. He's got a very good pickoff move. And there, nope, he's going to the plate that time. He had Harms retreating to first base. And the pitch misses outside for a ball to Matt Trout. Trout 1 for 2 with a 2 RBI double that got the Spartans on the board in his last trip to the plate in the 3rd. Fastball misses inside that time, 2-0. And there'll be a meeting on the mound here as the catcher, Sam Schuster, comes out. The shortstop will come over as well. That's Jacob LaDuca. Two-0 on the way. That's down low for a ball. You could see Tomsick is just fantastic at controlling the running game because not only does he have that pickoff move, but he varies his time to the plate You can see he'll slow up a little now. Now delivers. Ground ball, that one to the left side, nicely gloved by the shortstop, LaDuca, who throws on to second in time to get it. And that's a tremendous play by LaDuca to get the out. So Trout, who was swinging 3-0 there, grounds into the fielder's choice.
Now batting number 9, the left fielder, Jay Smith.
And so Trout now the runner at first. Smith the batter at the plate, another lefty here. And again, we'll see if we see that pickoff move from Tomsick again here. There it is to first. Diving back in is Trout. Chopper, third base. Glove nicely. Throw to second for one. On to first, not in time. And so Smith grounds into the fielder's choice. Trout out 5-4 on the putout at second. Smith now the runner at first.
Number 29, Nick Tallarico.
And that'll bring up Nick Tallarico now. Well, Tallarico, a very good hitter of left-handed pitching, but grounds that one right to short, and another good play by LaDuca there. First pitch swinging, Tallarico grounds out. 3 fielder's choices in the inning, all to that left side. Smith out 6-4 on the putout, and that ends the 5th. To the 6th we go. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for Washington and Jefferson, Zoss, Lutz, and Lehner when we return. Scout Zoss the batter for Washington and Jefferson, 4, 5, and 6 in the President's order against Kyle Geerding, who has thrown 72 pitches. And his 73rd is on the outside corner with the breaking ball for a strike. He's done a good job pitching backwards here. I don't know if it's still really referred to as pitching backwards anymore because so many pitchers do it now, as that one swung on and missed out for strike 2. You know, the old phrase typically indicates when a pitcher would throw the curveball first to set up a fastball rather than the other way around. But really, as you've kind of seen analytics taking more of a forefront, and pitchers are going less by feel and more by opponent and strategy in games, you see a lot of pitchers who will throw that curveball first as more of a regular thing. It's not really pitching backwards, as the term was meant to indicate. That one grounded towards second. Harris there throws on the run and gets the out, and there is one batter retired as Zoss gone for the first out of the inning. And they'll bring up Nolan Lutz. So the top 4 batters in the order now against Geerding today are a combined 1 for 12 in this one. 1 for 12 for the top 4 hitters in the order for W&J, and that'll get the job done. The other 5 hits in the game have come from the bottom 5 in the order, including one from Nolan Lutz, who doubled and scored the only run of the game for the Presidents back in the 4th. He takes a ball there, 1-0 the count. And a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Another nice pitch with that curveball that has caused a lot of trouble for W&J hitters today. 1-2. You could see why Coach Englander heading into this season was so optimistic about his starting pitching. Is boy, another really nice pitch. Just misses off that outside corner, but a great 1-2 pitch there from Geerding. But Geerding has kind of been pressed into that number 2 starter role with Evan Faxon a little slow to start this year. As that ball grounded up the middle and through for a base hit for Lutz, so he reaches with 2 strikes. But you know, you have Reese Marley, who has looked brilliant so far in the early going of the season. You have Kyle Geerding, who's looked very strong now through 2 starts. Certainly, again, they're expecting Faxon back maybe as soon as today. He pitched a little on Wednesday, so we'll see if he goes in the second game today, as that's in there for a called strike on one. The reigning UAA co-pitcher of the year along with Tyler Horvath. You have Austin McGowan, who looked very good in his first start against Marietta the other day. And you've got some really talented arms out of that bullpen if you're the Spartans. That's inside and hits the batter. Geerding upset with himself on that one. So Lehner reaches on a hit by pitch, and all of a sudden W&J chance to do something here in the 6th with 2 on and 1 away.
Now batting third baseman, number 3, Logan Scheider.
Logan Scheider will be the batter. Scheider 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout in the game. Geerding up to 83 pitches. We'll see if the bullpen's going for the Spartans. That's in the dirt for a ball and gets away. And so the wild pitch moves 2 into scoring position. And all of a sudden, some trouble here now for Geerding. It'll be the second time today now he's had 2 men in scoring position and 1 out in the inning. He did get out of a jam earlier in the game, back in the 2nd, getting a double play to get out of the frame. But he's back in trouble here. Pinched in at the corners for the Spartans to try to cut the run off as that one misses down and out for a ball. Looks like the bullpen's going to get up and working for Case Western Reserve. Chance for the Presidents to get back in it here. The 2-0 on the way. And that's in there for a called strike, 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. In the dirt, 3-1. All of a sudden, Geerding just not quite as sharp as he was earlier on in the game. I believe that's Patrick O'Connor who's going to get up and start to warm. As the timeout called the plate, Jack Anderson's going to head out. Indeed, that is Patrick O'Connor. The Spartans have the new bullpen setup out there. They had some renovations done on the field, and if you haven't seen it, it's beautiful. Some outdoor hitting cages. And the bullpen now no longer in the field to play like it used to be. But it's a little bit harder to see who's warming up out there. From where we're seated up here, you can only see about the top third of the player's body. And the breaking ball, called strike, 3-2, full count. This would be a big strikeout with runners at second and third and 1 away. If Geerding can get it, he's struck out a handful already here today. As that one swung on and just getting a piece of it to stay alive is Scheider, and it's still 3-2. 7 strikeouts for Geerding today. So another payoff pitch coming here. Again, first base is open, so you can make a pitcher's pitch here if you're Geerding. And the breaking ball just misses off the outside corner for ball 4. So you know, you don't want to issue the walk there for no other reason than it puts the potential game-tying run coming up to the plate. But
Sam Schuster.
that being said, it's not necessarily the worst outcome here. You just need to execute now with Sam Schuster coming up to the plate, who was struck out swinging but reached on a wild pitch and then singled and drove in the only run of the game in his last at-bat. First pitch curveball to Schuster, taken for a strike. Schuster hitting a 200 on the year. Gearden clearly hitting a little bit of a wall here in the sixth, trying to gut his way through the inning, but the base is loaded. That one up the middle, backhanded by Harris, flipped to second for one, on to first in time, double play turned by the Spartans. Well, with the catcher Schuster running, the Spartans had a little bit of extra time to make that play, and it turns into a 4-6-3 double play. Nicely turned by Harris, who smothered the ball, made the flip to second to get Scheider out, and then Haley returned the throw to first base to end the inning. Second time today that W&J has loaded the bases with one out in an inning and had nothing to show for it because of a Spartan double play. No runs, one hit, no errors, and two men left on. To the bottom of the sixth we go. Bottom of the order for the Spartans, Haley, Harris, and Demetrius when we come back. So the Spartans will try to add on to the lead, 5-1. The Spartans on top as we begin the sixth. That pitch taken up high for a ball, 1-0. Alex Tomsick beginning his third inning of work. He's got 31 pitches now. Starting things off against Haley, another guy who really hits left-handed pitching well, but fouls that one back. It's 1-1. Haley 2 for 2, a single and a 3 RBI double back in the third. Initially scored a triple, but that was changed after looking at the video. You could see Haley clearly stopped on that play and waited to see if the throw was going to go home or not. And when he did, he advanced to third. But either way, it's still a 3 RBI double as that misses up high to Haley, who's now hitting at .391 on the season. And he's got 5 runs batted in. What an asset to have a guy like Haley hitting in your 7 spot. Up high for a ball. And Haley is a really good lesson and a really good guy to watch if you are a young player on a team, and particularly if you're one who is struggling. If you remember, Trey Haley, his freshman year in 2020, played the first 10 games of the season. As that one up high, ball 4. Haley was the team's starting third baseman. And struggled at the bat.
Baseman number 1, Josiah Harris.
Really did not hit the ball well. Again, it was only 10 games, so it's tough to say, but really did not field the ball well at third. And you can make the argument right now that Trey Haley is one of the team's best hitters, and he's probably the best defensive player the Spartans have out there now. So, again, goes to show you, if you're a young player, that adjustment period that you have to make to try to become an everyday player at this level, it's not the same as high school. The pitchers are throwing a little bit harder. Every pitcher is a little bit better. It's, it takes a little bit of time to adjust, and Haley is, again, case in point in that. Harris squaring a bunt, pulls it back and takes it up high for a ball, 1-0. Harris 0 for 2 in the game today. A ground out to the pitcher and a strikeout looking in his last at bat. He's hitting a .273. Josiah Harris awaits the 1-0. Again, squares the bunt nicely down that first base side. See if the pitcher can get to it. Flip to first, and it gets away. And that'll allow both runners to move up at least one bag. They'll hold Haley at third. Harris moves to second. It'll be an infield bunt single for Harris. And then moving up on the error on the throw, Haley to third on the play. And so it's second and third. So it's an error on W&J. Another hit for the Spartans, who have 6 in the game today. So a run on 7 hits, 1 error for W&J today. 5 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Spartans. Case Western Reserve looking to add on here. Second and third, nobody out. And Tim Demetris will be the hitter. Be an opportune time here for him to get that first hit of the season. Infield pulled in, trying to cut down the run. As the breaking ball, a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 the count. Demetris 0 for 2 on this one. 0 for 14 now on the season, but let's see if he can get that base hit. Hit here should score 2. And he lines that one to center field, and it drops down for the first hit of the season for Demetris. Coming in to score is Haley. Harris stops at second. An RBI single for Demetris, and the Spartans go on top 6-1. So it'll be first and third now with nobody out. 6-1 the score. And Jack Anderson with nobody out. Runners on the corners will try to add on here. Well, good for Tim Demetris, who's been swinging it a bit better lately. Was able to muscle that one off the fist into shallow center for the base hit and drives in the run as well. He's running here. The switch on swung on. Hit into shallow center. Coming in, and it drops in front of the center fielder, Horvat. And he'll go for a single. Anderson with the base hit. Scoring from third is Harris. Third hit of the game for Anderson, and it's now 7-1. Demetris goes first to third on the play.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 31, Zach Currency.
Now Zach Currency will be the batter, first and third, and nobody out. Have to watch out for Anderson running here. He has 5 stolen bases on as many attempts. And knowing that, throwing over to first is Tomsick. Anderson, a very short lead, knowing that pickoff move from Tomsick. Breaking ball, outside corner for a strike, 0-1. 7-1 now, the Spartans leading in this one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss at a good breaking ball in the dirt, and the count goes to 0-2. You see how quickly the game can turn. In the top half of the 6th inning, W&J had a chance to get back in it. As the 0-2, up high for a ball. Down 4 runs. They had the bases loaded. 1 away. A ground ball double play ends the threat. And the Spartans come right back in the 6th. A walk, 3 straight singles. Add 2 runs to the lead. It's now 7-1. Up high for a ball, 2-2. 8 hits now in the game for the Spartans through 6 innings. 3 of those off the bat of Jack Anderson. And in the dirt, full count, 3-2. Anderson was well off the bag, but is able to get back. So full count, 3-2. We'll see if Anderson's running with nobody out. So now the 3-2. Throw down to first, not in time. And again, give Tomsick a lot of credit, who's done a very good job controlling the running game, both with that pickoff move, varying his time. I wouldn't be shocked if he comes with that. That was a little bit of his slow play pickoff move. Let's see if he comes with a harder move to first here. Nope, to the plate. Anderson running, the ball hit in the air, center field. Horvat there has a beat on it, makes the catch for the out. Tagging from third is Demetris. The throw cut off by the pitcher. Coming in to score is Demetris. A sacrifice fly for Carinci. And it's now 8-1.
Now batting right fielder number 26, Nick Harms.
So now Nick Harms will be the batter with 1 out in the inning. And he grounds that one foul. 0-1 the count on Harms, who is looking for his first hit of the game. He's walked twice, struck out swinging. This is his second bat against Tomsick. Drew a walk against him in the 5th. 346 hitter on the year. Runner at first, 1 away. Breaking ball down and in. And the count evens 1-1. One pitch. Rockets that one the other way deep, but well foul, and it's 1-2. The ball's going to take one hop off the sidewalk, miss a car, and then roll all the way across 118th Street. 115th Street, I guess, on that side. Make sure I got my GPS going here. Pickoff move to first, not in time. In the air, deep left, but playable. Wynn carrying with that ball a little bit, but a good job to stay with it by Scout Zoss, who puts it away for the out. And that'll be the second out of the inning. So Harms retired. And now Matt Trout will be the batter. And he may face a different pitcher here. Jeff Mountain, head coach for W&J, coming out. Let's see if he goes to the bullpen. I don't think anyone's warming out there. So, nope, someone was. And he's now coming out from center field. So pitching change for the Presidents will come with the Spartans leading 8-1. A runner at first and 2 away. We'll let you know who's coming in when we return. Welcome back once again. New pitcher on the mound is Shane Fox, the righty, 5'10", 203 pounds, out of Valencia, Pennsylvania, Mars Area High School, a senior for W&J. Fox this season will be making his 4th appearance overall, his 3rd out of the bullpen. No record on the year, a 7.50 ERA. Through 6 innings, he's given up 8 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .296 against Fox. And he will start things off with 2 outs. Runner at first is Jack Anderson, who is a threat to steal, and this is a good stolen base situation for Anderson. Try to get into scoring position with Trout at the plate. Trout drove in the first 2 runs of the game for the Spartans with a double. Back in the 3rd inning. Came around to score a run as well. Takes the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. I gotta imagine Anderson is running at some point in this at bat. It's just a question when he gets the green light. Not on this pitch, as that's fouled back. 1-1. We'll see if the Spartans still turn to Patrick O'Connor out of the bullpen. I don't think Geerding will get another inning, but we'll see. Breaking ball up high. 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. Up high again, 3-1. And just above the letters, ball 4. So Fox walks the first batter he faces. Trout on with the walk, and I believe the first walk of his collegiate career. And so there's 2 on now, 2 away for Jay Smith. Smith 0 for 2 in the game. Was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 3rd. He's also grounded out twice. Left-handed hitter facing the righty Fox. Anderson leads from 2nd. Trout from 1st. Good speed on the base pass for the Spartans as the first pitch inside to Smith, 1-0. Smith batting at .250 on the year now, hitting out of the 5 spot for the Spartans. And that one a little inside. 2-0. Line drive, base hit into right field. Anderson waved around 3rd. The ball picked up in right. Throw not in time. As it comes back into the infield, an RBI single for Smith, and it's now 9-1. 5th RBI of the season for Jay Smith. Trout goes 1st to 3rd on the play. Again, Anderson scores from 2nd. And it's now runners on the corners for Nick Tallarico. And for the 2nd time today, the Spartans have hit around in an inning. They scored 5 in the 3rd, 4 in so far here in the 6th, as Tallarico takes the first pitch strike. Tallarico 0 for 1 in the game. He's walked, been hit by a pitch, reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. Down and out for a ball. 1-1. And misses inside, 2-1. Trey Haley, who led the inning off with a walk, came around to score a run. He's waiting out on deck. Here's the 2-1. Fastball outside, 3-1. More action in the bullpen for the Presidents. As that ball lifted in the air, out to right center, playable out there in right field. Santee settles under it, makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So Tallarico retired, but the Spartans hit around for the second time today. 4 runs, 4 hits, an error. They leave 2 men on. We will move to the 7th, and Case Western Reserve with a 9-1 lead over the Washington and Jefferson Presidents. Connor Helm, the 9-hitter, followed by Tyler Horvat and Jacob LaDuca, due up when we return.
Patrick O'Connor.
Well, Patrick O'Connor on the mound for Case Western Reserve, with the Spartans leading big here as we enter the 7th.
Now batting for W&J, the second baseman, number 2, Connor Helm.
On the season, O'Connor has been really, really good this year. He's held opponents scoreless through 4 2/3 innings. And that pitch taken for a strike. Face the 9-1-2 hitters here, starting with Connor Helm, who is 0 for 2 on the day. And a called strike again, 0-2. O'Connor, a junior out of Austin, Texas, Vandergrift High School, 6'5", 200 pounds. Line drive back up the middle and through for a base hit. So heading the count 0-2. O'Connor maybe got a little bit too much of the plate with that one. And Helm reaches for the 8th hit of the game for the Presidents.
Now batting number 4, the center fielder, Tyler Horvat.
And that'll bring us back to the top of the W&J order. Tyler Horvat will be the batter. Pitch is a called strike, 0-1. And a swing, foul back, 0-2. 0-2 the count.
It's really just the pitcher roster.
Yeah.
But like in like later innings, you'll see you can have a pinch runner. So if like somebody gets on base and there's a faster guy, they can pinch run for him, but that means they have to take their position.
And that one misses for a ball. 1-2 the count. First ball thrown today by O'Connor. Runner at first. Nobody out here. Spartans leading 9-1 in the top of the 7th. And boy, that pitch just misses down low. 2-2.
So you can like that's when you sub somebody out and some pinch hit, but again, that person then takes their spot in the field. So that's pretty much the way to so pinch hit or pinch run.
2-2 pitch. Throw down to first, not in time. O'Connor making his 3rd appearance of the season. He's 1-0 with a save. Swing and a miss there. Strike 3, and Horvat down swinging. Top of the order continuing to struggle for the Presidents.
The shortstop, number 6, Jacob.
Now 1 for 13 in the game. And Jacob Leduca will be the batter. Leduca 0 for 3 in the contest. A ground out, a strikeout, and a fly out. Runner at first, 1 away. Outside corner for a strike, 0-1. O'Connor entering the game just 3 hits allowed in 4 2/3 innings, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Coming off his season last year when he made 10 appearances out of the bullpen, pitched a 4.20 ERA. That one fouled off, 0-2. O'Connor struck out 18 batters through 15 innings last year, so the strikeout numbers may be a little bit lower than they were last year so far, but he's getting outs in other ways. So far, a really nice season for O'Connor out of the pen. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, or did he foul tip it? Yeah, foul tipped it, I guess, so the count stays at 0-2. Top of the 7th inning, Spartans lead 9-1. Connor gives a long look down at first base. Big lead out there at first for Helm. As that one grounded out to short, could be 2 if they hurry. The 2nd for 1 on to first, not in time. Throw was low, but Leduca was going to beat that one out anyway, so that'll be the 2nd out of the inning. Helm out 6-4 at second base. Leduca now on at first with 2 away, and that'll bring up the 3-hitter Evan Santee. Santee hitting a .238 on the year. And that one is a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2. And so O'Connor a strike away from getting through a scoreless inning. The pitch. Swung on, grounded hard, foul, down the 3rd baseline. Count stays at 0-2. Connor doing exactly what you want him to do here in this situation with the team up 8 runs. That's throwing strikes. 15 pitches now in the inning for O'Connor. 13 of them have been for strikes. The pitch. Down in the dirt for a ball. Throw goes down to second with the runner going. The tag is applied in time for the out. Two-4 on the caught stealing. Leduca thrown out, and that ends the inning. No runs, a hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. 7th inning coming up, bottom of the 7th. Spartans will send Haley, Harris, and Demetrius, bottom 3 in the order, to the plate when we come back. New pitcher in the game for the Presidents. Ethan Boring will be the fourth pitcher used today by W&J. Boring, a junior righty out of Ligonier, Pennsylvania, Ligonier Valley High School. 5'8", 190 pounds. Boring making his third appearance out of the bullpen this season. He has one save, yet to allow a hit or run or a walk through his first 2 innings of work this year. Has struck out 1.
Now batting for the Spartans, shortstop number 19, Trey Haley.
He'll face the bottom of the Spartans' order, starting with Trey Haley. Quick to work, delivers the first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Haley now hitting a .391 on the year. He's been on base all 3 times today. Pops that one up behind home plate, but no one will be able to get to that, and the count evens 1-1. Haley a single in the second, a 3-run double in the third, a walk and a run scored his last time up in the 6th. The Spartans are really benefiting from the fact that both Haley and Anderson are just red hot at the moment. So that one fouled off, 1-2. And then everyone else around them doing just enough to either get on base before them or drive them in after they get on. That one hit up towards the middle. LaDuca there. Throw to first, on target for the out, and there is a batter retired here as Haley retired for the first time today.
Stepping up to bat,
And I'll bring up Josiah Harris.
number 1, Josiah Harris.
Harris 1 for 3 in the game, a single and a run scored in the 6th. Had a bunt single his last time up. Bunted one really nicely down that first baseline. So he takes a called strike from Boring, 0-1 the count. 0-2 on the outside corner. Boring working very quickly here. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, Boring is exactly the kind of guy you want on the mound with your team down 9-1. He's going to get up on the hill, he's going to throw the ball quickly, and he's going to throw strikes apparently. But you see, he gets the ball, he gets ready, and he delivers. That one just above the letters to Tim Demetris, who got his first hit of the season, an RBI single. Later scored a run in the 6th inning. Takes a big cut there, and the count evens 1-1. Catches the middle of the plate with that, and it's 1-2. The catcher, Schuster, set up well inside. Boring kind of missed over the plate, but Demetris took it. That one breaks down and in, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Grounded foul. A little out in front of that one was Demetris. Two-two on the way. Foul back. Again, gotta love a guy like Boring. He gets the ball, he gets ready, and he throws it. There's very little delay for him as that's over the middle for a called strike 3, and that'll end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on. Top of the 8th coming up. W&J down to their final 6 outs. It'll be Santee, Zoss, and Lutz due up. 2, 3, and 4 in the order when we come back. O'Connor set to start his second inning of work, with the Spartans leading 9-1. 1 run on 8 hits for W&J today. 9 runs, 9 hits for the Spartans.
Batting for the Presidents, right fielder number 34, Evan Santee.
Order the order for W&J. Evan Santee, Scout Zoss, and Nolan Lutz due up here in the 8th. 6 outs for the Presidents to try to overcome an 8-run deficit here with the Spartans in control of this one. O'Connor misses outside with that pitch, and it's 1-0. Santee hitting at .238 on the season. He is 1 for 3 in today's game with a first inning single. Down and out, and it's 2-0. Santee's hit, the only hit for one of the top 4 hitters in the W&J order to this point in the game. They are now 1 for 14. That one's popped up. Shortstop, Haley there, and make it 1 for 15 for the top 4 in the order. As Santee retired to start the 8th.
Now batting left fielder number 7, Scout Zoss.
I'll bring up Scout Zoss, 0 for 3 in the game. 2 ground outs to second and a strikeout looking for the lefty. Chopper hit towards second, first pitch swinging. Harris, underhand flip to first, and Zoss on one pitch retired very quickly. His 3rd ground out to second base today. And there are 2 gone.
Stepping up to bat, designated hitter number 15, Nolan Lutz.
So Nolan Lutz now will be the batter. He has 2 of the 8 hits today for W&J. A double and scored the only run of the game for the Presidents in the 4th, and then singled in the 6th. Pitch is taken down low for ball 1, 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. O'Connor looking for a quick 8th inning. We'll see if the Spartans bring him back out for the 9th. So he'd have a chance for his 2nd save of the year, even in an 8-run game, if he goes the 3 innings at the end to close it out. Ground ball to short. Should end the inning. Throw from Haley on target, inning over. 1-2-3 inning in the 8th. The Spartans up 8 as we move to the bottom of the 8th. Top of the order, Anderson, Carinci, and Harms due up for Case Western Reserve when we come back. Jack Anderson takes a called first strike from the new pitcher on the mound. That's Mason Colby. Excuse me. Count goes to 0-2 now on Anderson, who has 3 hits in 4 at-bats today. And that misses well down and in, 1-2. Some other defensive changes, and then we'll tell you more about Mason Colby on the mound. Taking over in right field is John Klein. The new third baseman is Dante DiMatteo. And now catching is Brody Bardenstein. Breaking ball down low, 2-2. The new pitcher, as I mentioned before, is Mason Colby, the senior right-hander, 6'1", 177 pounds, out of Bradenton, Florida. Out of Door Academy was his high school. 3-2 the count now on Anderson to start the 8th. Chops it foul to stay alive, 3-2 still. Colby this season, 2 appearances, yet to allow a run. One appearance yet to allow a run through an inning. Gave up a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. And Anderson's hit by the 3-2 pitch, and so he'll be on to start the 8th. So Anderson on base for the 4th time today.
Now batting designated hitter number 31, Zach Carinci.
And now Zach Carinci will step up. Carinci. His average now at .214 on the year. He's 0 for 2 in the game today with a walk and a fly out to center field, or sacrifice fly to center field, I should say. And a called strike on the outside corner. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Anderson with the lead from first. Can't imagine he's running here with an 8-run lead. Line drive, right, it's short for 1. Throwback to first is errant, rolls away. Anderson will stay there. Oh, no, it gets out of play, excuse me. And so Anderson will move up a bag. So it's put in play. That'll go as an L8 on an L6 for Carinci, and then Anderson advances on a throw by the shortstop, so he's on at second now.
26, Nick Harms.
So runner at second and 1 away. Now Nick Harms will be the batter. Harms is a .333 hitter on the year, looking for his first hit of the game, but he's been on base twice. He walked and scored a run in the 3rd, walked again in the 5th. He's also flown out to left and struck out swinging. Took that big home run cut there, but was out in front of a breaking pitch, and it's 0-1. Another big cut there by Harms, 0-2. Might have fouled that one off. Either way, it's an 0-2 count. Here comes the 0-2. And it's inside, and it hit him. So Colby barrels out Harms there, hitting him with the pitch. It's now 2 on and 1 away.
Stepping up to the plate,
And
number 14, the center fielder, Matt Trout.
Matt Trout will be the batter. With 1 out and 2 on. Trout hitting at .241 on the year. Been on base twice today, a 2 RBI double and a run scored in the 3rd, walked in the 6th. 1-0 the count. Colby now sets with 2 on, 1 away. The pitch in the air, deep towards left center field, giving chase and with room in left field to make the catch is Zas. Runners retreat, and there are 2 away. Trout got a little under that one, and the ballpark holds it for the second out of the inning. So 2 gone now. We'll get a pinch hitter. And this will be the catcher, Sean Donahue, who I believe is getting his first career at bat for the Spartans. So a new hitter for the Spartans, Donahue, making his collegiate debut.
Pinch hitting for the Spartans, number 22, Sean Donahue.
Sean out of Durham, North Carolina, Durham Academy, 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. Another guy that Coach Englander spoke highly of. Obviously, catching blocked a little bit for him currently with Anderson behind the plate. But again, the Spartans are, you can swing the bat, they'll find a position for you. Coach Englander certainly showing his willingness to be flexible with positioning. 0-1 now. And he checks his swing, can hold. It might have been a strike anyways. The count goes to 0-2. So Colby a chance to work around a pair of hit batters here with an 0-2 count and 2 away in the 8th. The 0-2 offering to Donahue. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and 2 left on base. 9th inning coming up. Last chance for the Presidents. The Spartans leading 9-1. Welcome back as we get set to begin the 9th inning. Patrick O'Connor trying to close things out here. Pinch hitter coming up
Number 11, Tony Tamilia.
for the Presidents is Tony Tamilia will be the pinch hitter. New left fielder for the Spartans is Logan Andreyko, who takes over out there. And the first pitch misses for ball 1 to Tamilia, 1-0. Tamilia, a senior out of Coropolis, Pennsylvania, Moon High School. Down and out for ball 2. Tamilia looking for his first hit of the season. 0 for 5. Does have 2 runs batted in. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1. We're probably right about on time for a 2:30 start for game 2 right now, unless the 9th inning drags a little bit longer. Ground ball here to second. Harris with it. Throw on to first in time for the out. And there's one gone. So with one away, that will bring up the third baseman, Luke Virag, for his first at-bat of the game.
Now batting number 14.
Virag, excuse me.
Luke Virag.
Virag, a left-handed hitter looking for his first hit of the season, came into the game last inning as a defensive replacement at third. And that's taken down low for ball one, 1-0. That's sent foul. I think I accidentally said that it was Dante DiMatteo who took over at third, but it wasn't. It was Virag. 1-1 the count. Breaking ball for a strike, 1-2. So meanwhile, Patrick O'Connor looking for 3 scoreless innings today, and as long as he holds the lead and finishes off this game, he'd pick up his second save of the season. Off the fist, fouled off by Virag to stay alive. Count stays at 1-2. And it'll be about a half an hour break between games, and then game 2 will begin. And that's taken up high, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Down low, 3-2, full count. 9-1, the Spartans looking to lock down game 1 here. They scored 5 in the third, 4 in the sixth. It's accounted for all the team's offense so far today. As that one grounded hard towards first. Tallarico there, though, takes it to the bag himself. And there are 2 gone. Well, looks like we'll get another pinch hitter here, as number 54, Knox Meyer, will be the batter.
Your attention, please. Now hitting for the Presidents, number 54, Knox Meyer.
Meyer looking for his first hit of the season. Right-handed batter. Knox out of Tampa, Florida, Berkeley Prep. Takes ball 1, 1-0. A sophomore, 5'10", 200 pounds. Here's the 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. Bases empty, 2 away. O'Connor has faced the minimum so far today in his 3 innings of work. Only blemish, as that misses down low, was a base hit to start the 7th. But that runner was later caught stealing. 2-1. Off the outside corner. 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch. At the knees, called strike, 3-2. So the Presidents down to their final strike. The Spartans leading 9-1 in the 9th. Here's the 3-2 offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will end the game. So the Spartans strike first here in the doubleheader with a 9-1 win over Washington and Jefferson. The Presidents dropped to 4-2 on the year, while the Spartans improved to 4-3. Kyle Geerding with the win, 1-0 now on the season. Second save of the year for Patrick O'Connor. And the loss goes to W&J starter Ethan Marzalik, who drops to 0-1 on the campaign. Game lasted 2 hours and 24 minutes. Attendance was 132 for today's game. Want to thank you all for joining us once again. A reminder that Game 2 will pick up, again, probably about half an hour from now, so maybe about 2:25 or so. Want to thank everyone once again for joining us, and we'll see you in a little bit. Take care. Final score once again from Nobby's Ballpark. 9-1, the Spartans with the win.